Did you know that Jews under the Roman Empire were uncircumcising themselves to avoid paying a tax? So following the First Roman-Jewish War, Emperor Vespasian introduced the Fiscus Judaicus, which was a tax specifically imposed on the Jewish people. The Roman historian Dio Cassius records its establishment in his 80-volume work called Roman History. The amount paid was 2 denarii per year, equivalent to about $15 in pure silver, but in purchasing power it represented around 2 days' worth of wages, which was a significant amount back then. However, the issue was not only the amount. The tax replaced a Jewish religious obligation and redirected it to the Temple of Jupiter in Rome, meaning a payment once made to the Jewish temple was being sent to a Roman pagan deity. Under Emperor Domitian, enforcement became stricter and even extended to those suspected of living a Jewish life, with penalties for evasion including property confiscation, charges of impiety, or in extreme cases, execution. Because there was no centralized identification system, Roman officials used circumcision as a primary method to identify Jewish males. Inspections took place in courts and public spaces, including bathhouses, where men could be required to undress for examination. The Roman writer Suetonius records an example in his book called The 12 Caesars, describing a 90-year-old man being examined in front of officials and a crowd. In response, some Jewish men underwent a procedure called epispasm, which attempted to restore the appearance of a foreskin. The Roman medical writer Cornelius Celsus describes this procedure in his book De Medicina, outlining several methods that I won't be describing here. Though this practice actually began earlier under Greek occupation, where Jewish men tried to avoid stigma in athletic competitions where Greeks competed naked. By the Roman period, this procedure already existed, shifting from social to financial survival. According to the Talmud, this practice is strongly condemned and associated with rejecting God's covenant. The New Testament also references it in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, where Paul advises against attempting this procedure.